Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about core training. The core is responsible for flexion, extension, lateral flexion, and rotation of the trunk, but most importantly, it is responsible for stabilizing the spine in an isometric contraction to avoid injury and maintain posture. There is a misconception of what the core actually is. A lot of you only think that it only includes the abs, but it's much more than that. In the anterior portion, it includes the rectus abdominis, the external obliques, the internal obliques, transverse abdominis, and the iliopsoas. And in the posterior version, it includes your lats, your erector spinae, your gluteus maximus, and your quadratus lumborum. To train your core, you can do either isometric or dynamic exercises, and I will be showing you one of each today. For isometric, I will be showing you how to do a bird dog, and for dynamic, I will be showing you how to do a Russian twist. To do the bird dog, first you're going to want to be on all fours. You want your hands to be shoulder width apart and your knees to be hip width apart. Then what you're going to do is contract your core, make sure that everything is tight, and then you're going to lift your arm and your opposite leg until they're in line with your torso. You're going to hold that position for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it back down and then repeat with your opposite. And hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bring it back down. And repeat for about 30 times. Once that progression of the bird dog gets easy, you can add and implement some stuff to make it a little bit harder. That way you can keep doing the exercise. So first thing you're going to use is a little ball. You're going to put this under your hand while doing the exercise. So you're going to get on all fours again, same as you did before, and make sure that your shoulder width apart and your knees are hip width apart. You're contracting your core and making sure that your head, neck, and back are straight. Once that's fine, you're going to hold onto the ball and lift your hand and leg at the same time. Hold for 5 seconds and then bring it back down. And then you're going to switch and do it on the other side as well. And go up and then bring it back down. Another way to make this harder is by adding ankle weights. So you're going to use the weight that you're comfortable with, but I suggest around 5 to 10 pounds would be sufficient. You're going to put it on both ankles because remember you're always alternating. And then once these are securely placed, you can start your exercise. So you're going to get in the same position, and then you're going to do the same exercise. Up, hold, and then back down. Up, hold, and then back down. After using the ankle weights and the ball, you can also make it harder by doing both your arm and leg from the right side and then lifting both your arm and leg from the left side, which I will show you. So again, you're going to get on all fours, the same position that you were in all the rest of the exercises. And then instead of doing opposite arm and leg, you're going to do both and then lift and hold and then bring it back down. And then you would do the same for the other side. Another rendition of that is doing instead of doing just an isometric hold, you can also turn it into a dynamic exercise by doing this. So you're going to use same position on all fours, making sure your head, neck, and back are straight, and you're contracting your core. And then you're going to do opposite and opposite, hold, and then bring it in and hold, and then come back out and bring it in. Come back out and bring it in, and then you're going to switch after 5 times. Come out, bring it in, 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 and then you're done. Doing the bird dog, especially for beginners, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. So some common cues you always want to make sure you're retelling them are to keep their hands under their shoulders and keep their knees under their hips. You want to make sure to tell them that they always need to keep a tightened core even when they're resting, just so they get in the habit of doing it. You also want to make sure to tell them to maintain a rhythmic breathing pattern throughout the exercise using abdominal breathing. And then when they're at the top of the position, you want to keep your arm and your leg in line with your torso at all times. So that way there isn't pressure being put on the back. And you always want to keep your head in a neutral position to minimize pressure on your neck. Some benefits of doing this exercise are that they increase core strength in both your abs and your lower back. It improves stability, and it also increases kinesthetic awareness. For our next exercise, we will be doing the Russian twist, which is a dynamic exercise compared to the bird dog, which was isometric, which will involve some more movement. For the Russian twist, you want to be in a seated position. You're going to have your knees bent, close together, and your feet flat on the ground. Then you're going to make your back go into about a 45-degree angle, contracting your core, and then you're going to start by having your arms out in front of you, and then you're going to move them from side to side, always contracting your core and maintaining a rhythmic breathing while you're doing this exercise. And you're going to do that for about 30 times. A way to progress this exercise would be to add a ball. So again, your knees are going to be close together, your feet are flat, and then same thing as your arms, you're going to have it hold it in front of you, 45-degree angle, contracting your abs, and then you're going to move the ball from side to side, touching the ground. Looking straight ahead, and you're going to do that. After using the ball, another way to make it harder is by lifting your feet. Now remember, you always want to keep your knees close together. You're going to still be using the ball. You're going to have it in front of you, and you're going to go from side to side just like you did before. You're going to do that for 30 times. Another progression or variation of the Russian twist is doing it by standing. So you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be contracting your core, and then you're going to be having your arms out in front of you and then moving from side to side and doing that 30 times. Another thing you can do is also add the ball just like you did when you were seated. So you're going to grab the ball, remember contracting your core and keeping rhythmic breathing while you're doing the exercise. You're going to have the ball in front of you, and then you're going to go from side to side 30 times. Doing the Russian twist, especially for beginners, there's always going to be some mistakes. So some common cues you want to give them is to try to keep their knees together at all times, keep your spine in a neutral position and no rounding or arching. Keep your movements slow and controlled, that way you have focus on tightening and contracting your core throughout the exercise, or else there's no point in doing it, and always maintain rhythmic abdominal breathing. Benefits for the Russian twist are increasing core strength in both abs and the low back, improving stability, and increasing kinesthetic awareness. Thank you for participating with me, and I hope you enjoyed these core training exercises.